Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Vice President OTC. My name is Peyton Frost. I'm the Petroglyph Lieutenant Governor. And then here with me is Isabella. She's the San Pedro Lieutenant Governor.
Okay, so just to get us all started and a little bit acquainted with each other, we're going to do a quick introduction, some icebreakers. It'll only take a few minutes. So if we can each start by saying our first name, our last name, what school we go to, our grade, and 2 truths and 1 lie. We'll give you a bit of time to find the last, the true truth and the lie, so don't worry about it yet, but we will come to it. If you already have your information, though, you can just go ahead and start whenever.
Hi, I'm Sienna Zarati and I go to Franklin High School. I'm a sophomore, and for 2 truths and 1 lie, I have a dog, I have a cat, and I'm allergic to pizza. Do I just say like which one's the lie?
Before you say that, I'll guess that you're not allergic to pizza.
I am allergic to pizza, the marinara sauce.
Well, that's kind of cringe, but my name's Sergio Adrian Aguilera. I'm from Vista Grande High School. I'm a sophomore. In my 2 truths and 1 lie, I'm a vice president of Key Club. Let's see. Give me a sec. Let's see. I go to school, or I drink water. Hear me out.
Peyton, you want to take a guess?
That's a tough one, I know.
Are you still doing online school? So like going to school like in person, like online school? I don't know.
I won't tell. I won't tell.
I'll go next. I'm Aishea Tanaka. I go to Sabino High School and I'm a senior. And for my 2 truths and 1 lie, I'm allergic to avocados. Let's think. I've never broken a bone. And I have been to a Taylor Swift concert.
Oh. If your last one's the truth, I might be a little jealous, I must say.
Just a little bit.
The truth is, that's actually the lie, that I've been to a Taylor Swift concert. I wish it was the truth too, because like if I took my camera off, it's obviously Taylor Swift and her cat. So I'm a huge Taylor Swift fan, but I've never been to her concert.
I can go next. My name's Laurel Down. I am the vice president of the Corona del Sol Key Club, and I'm a senior. For my 2 truths and a lie, I hate soda. I've been outside of the country before, and I've printed my art in a book.
What was the last one?
I printed my art in a book before.
Oh.
I feel like it's the soda one.
Yeah.
I've been out of the country before.
Wait, so you had your art printed?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
I can go next. My name is Alyssa Jacob. I'm a senior at Higley High School. So for my 2 truths and a lie, I have 2 dogs, I play the guitar, and my favorite artist is The Weeknd.
I don't know. You guys have like oddly good ones. I would just talk about my pets the whole time.
Do you want to know the lie?
Is your lie that you have lived in 5 different states? Is one someone asked.
No. My lie is that I have 2 dogs. I don't have any dogs.
Okay.
Okay, I can go next if no one else is. My name is Tweedo, and I'm from McClintock High School. I'm a senior. My 2 truths and a lie are I've gone on a road trip from Arizona to Florida. My favorite candy are lollipops, and I was born in the United States.
You've been on a road trip to Arizona to Florida?
I have actually been on a road trip from that far. So the lie was that I was born in the United States. I was actually born in Vietnam.
Ooh. We just recently had a transfer student at one of our schools. Yeah, no. Let me-
What's up, everybody? My name's Brandon Strange. I go to the Center for Academic Success. I'm a sophomore, and my 2 truths and a lie is that I collect hats, I play baseball, and I hate chocolate.
I feel like if you collect hats, that means you play baseball. So I'm gonna have to say the chocolate one.
Yeah, it was the chocolate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna stay silent. I was like, okay. So we do have like 40 people in here. So I don't know how far we can go with this. But if we have maybe 1 or 2 people who would like to go, and then we can get started.
I'll go next. My name is Adele Nkeza, and I go to Canterview High School. I'm a senior, and for the 2 truths and 1 lie, I have an identical twin. I was born in Washington State, and my favorite color is blue.
I'll guess your favorite color.
No, actually, I don't have an identical twin, but I do have a fraternal twin, so that was the lie.
Exciting. Is there one last person who would like to go before we start?
I would like to go next. My name is Camila Meraz. I go to East High School. I'm a senior, and my 2 truths and 1 lie is I have 2 older brothers, I have 2 dogs, and my hair is naturally red.
I'm like staring to see if you'd be a redhead. I'll guess your brother.
No, the lie was that I have 2 dogs.
See, guys, I'm a horrible liar, so I can't pick out when people are lying. Cool. So now that we have a few introductions, if you want to start, Peyton.
Okay. Okay, so vice president responsibilities. So some of your responsibilities as a vice president is to 1, support your president and other officers, 2, organize committees, 3, assist with other club needs. And then you may be asked to run meetings, recruit new members, and host service projects. So always be attentive and take your own notes if needed.
Some of our vice president values.
Oh, sorry.
You're good. So first, you're going to be organized. Always stay put together and organized so nothing gets lost and you're always able to answer questions if people come to you. You should be supportive, not only supportive of your president and board, but to all of your members and volunteers, because after all, Key Club would be nothing without everyone working together. You should be approachable, so you should be friendly and someone people are good with talking with and asking questions to. And you have to make sure everyone is comfortable. And this does go for everyone on the board. You should take initiative. You should always be ready to step up when a position is needing to be filled. This doesn't need to try to overtake or be in charge, but be ready if there is a job that needs to be done. And you should be mature. You are part of an important board, so be professional and know that you are an example for everyone else in the club.
So what does a vice president do? So weekly, a vice president, if your club has weekly meetings, remind your club about the meetings. That's either like group chats, Remind app, whatever, however you guys get in communication with your clubs. You need to make sure that there is a presidency meeting to discuss future activities like service projects and stuff like that. And then always be prepared just in case your president cannot be of assistance. Monthly, you have to make sure that your next month agenda is figured out, such as meetings and service projects. And then annually, always be prepared to step in any of the positions. Make sure that everything is on track and jobs are being done.
So what should you do if?
What should you do if your officers didn't show up? As a vice president, your job is not only to support your president, but other officers as well. If an officer is gone, you should take the initiative to fill their role. As vice president, you should know what each officer's duties are. And if you do not know what your other officers' role are, talk to your board and feel free and get a feel for what you should be doing if the situation ever occurs.
What should you do if your president cannot attend a meeting? Now, if they left you resources, you can simply run the meeting as they would have, but make sure you understand the material. If you were not given any materials, do not freak out. It is completely fine. First, you should start by working with your board and your team to create some slides to present. It's important that you do not have to take it all on yourself. You always have resources around you. Stay calm and take the lead. You should always be prepared. So have a plan with your other officers in case something happens that is unexpected.
What should you do if you need to leave and cannot attend the meeting? Communication is key. Let your club and officers know that you will be leaving and tell them when you will be back. Work out a plan with your other officers so they know which of your responsibilities they will have to fulfill while you're away. Depending on how long you will be gone, your president might ask you to step down. Being asked to step down is not a bad thing. We can't control everything that happens. Your role is important and needs to be fulfilled. So take it as what's best for your club.
If you've been asked to run a service project by yourself, the most important step is to do your research. You should get in contact. You should email people from the organization that you are working with if needed or possible. You can use your resources. You can find old service projects and examples, or you can ask your advisor and board for more information that they might have. You should be organized. This one in your values. You should make sure that you post and tell members in several ways where and how to volunteer for the project. You should make slides and a description and sign-up sheet if any of those are needed. Engage with your volunteers. Get your volunteers and your officers engaged in your project. Make sure you put in the effort. Make the project fun and interesting. Your efforts won't go unnoticed, and the more that you care about a project, the better that it will turn out.
Does anyone have any questions so far? I'm going to take that silence as a no.
Next, we have discussion topics, so you guys have to talk.
Yes.
Dealing with officers, advisors, and club members. So basically what we would think about doing is, of course, checking your club's bylaws so you really understand what the problem is. And you should talk with your advisor about how you feel, and you should discuss a plan on how to go about it. But we want to know how you guys would handle something like that.
So when you say dealing with officers, advisors, and other club members, if that's in negative connotations, firstly, I would approach my president about the situation and see their thoughts on it. And then from there, come to a consensus with the president about moving forward, about any negative actions, or if someone's feeling down or anything on where we should go, and then see what they think, and then make an action plan and go from there, and just try and get to the root of the issue and make them feel better or help them with what they're struggling with, and just something like that.
I agree with Brandon. I also think that not only just the president, but all officers you should probably talk to see about the problem if it's a negative connotation, because as you guys said, communication is key, and that's like one of my mottos for life, I guess, is communication is key. So just talking to your fellow officers, and once if that becomes a huge thing, then maybe your members, etc., and advisors.
Is there anyone else who would like to give their input?
Honestly, I think like just taking the time to actually understand like what's everyone's opinion and like everyone's view on the situation, and definitely, confront the presidents and other advisors about the situation and how we can move forward with it and come to a conclusion on how to actually solve this.
I think those were all lovely answers.
I think, oh.
No, you're good. I was gonna ask if you have anything else to add.
Okay, I think personally trying to communicate with those people that you're having an issue with and try to figure out what's going on is like a great idea. Just so we don't like automatically think like, oh, they're just ditching their duties. Like just figure out what's going on in their life. Don't automatically like, oh, you aren't doing it, so like, yeah. So try to figure out what's going on in other people's lives before we like go to the president. Like before you go to the president to talk about the problem, ask them what's going on, because sometimes life gets hard and school can be stressful. So
because I know our governor, Danny Rabina, who you met, he sends out monthly, what are they called? They're just like
check-ins.
Yeah, like monthly check-ins, and he asks us how the workload is, how everything's going, and if we need help with anything. And I think that's really very.
So how do you guys like communicate with your other officers? Like trying to like figure out what's going on and happening with everything with them.
I just go about it with respect, I guess. Like I don't just approach them and say, hey, this is what you're doing wrong. I'm kind of like, hey, what's going on? Like if there is anything, like just let us know because we're here to help you.
I love that. I think being respectful is like one of the main things, because if you are like rude and just like flat out, this is what you're doing wrong, they're not gonna like listen to you as much. So I really like that.
If it's a member who's more introverted and is like not really too talkative, then I just make them aware that like I am here to talk with you if you do need somebody, or there's others around if you do need a shoulder on, or if you need someone to talk to. So just try to make them feel as comfortable as possible. Don't pressure them into telling you anything that they don't want to tell you, or if they need some time, just kind of give them the opportunity to tell you. I do think it is good to ask, but definitely just let them know that you're there for them and whatever they need.
I think it's important to not place the blame on a singular person because that can make them feel singled out and like shut down. And it is more effective to like help them and support them so that they start to be more effective.
Does anyone have anything else?
Nice. Those are such good answers.
They really are. Okay, so we'll finish with the last slide. I think there's 2 more slides actually. So questions, comments, or concerns. And so me and Isabella are here. So if you guys have any questions about your guys' duties, right now would be like the best time to ask it.
How do you get in contact with like different organizations and charities? More or less.
So depending on the organization and charity that you're going with, they usually, if you look on, like if they have a website, they'll usually have some like resources to where it'll show like an email or something that you can contact. If they don't have a website or anything, you could usually stalk social media. There's like a few ways that you could go about finding it, but it all depends on what resources you have at the moment.
Isabel, can I add something to what you just said?
Yeah.
Sorry I came into your breakout room, but if it's for like a Key Club preferred charity, if you contact your LTG, we have like kind of like reps for Key Club from those organizations that like can give you like more like Key Club personalized like meeting stuff and fundraising stuff. So that's also like another option without like cold calling an organization. Like we as your like LTGs can like reach out to them for you if it's a Key Club partner.
Thank you.
I was wondering, like, what do other people do like during their meetings? Because for the most part, all we do is like go over the agenda and like the upcoming events for the meeting and stuff. And like every month we do like members of the month, but aside from that, our meetings are like really short. So I don't know if like other people do more.
So personally for my home club, that's basically all that we did. We would make the presentations, we'd go over the agenda, we'd talk about upcoming events, and then in our meetings, we'd ask them if they have any ideas for service projects that we can do that month or week or whatever. And then as us as officers, we'd go about like planning that and like just getting like the members' input.
And for my home club, we host our meetings during lunch. So our meetings are pretty short as well. But yeah, they really just talk about like what goes on. They go through the agenda on the slides and they have upcoming events. They've now added a section for me to update them on whatever the district is doing. So I guess it makes it a little longer, but I like really just finding out what service projects everyone wants to do and finding out best times is.
Hi, I'm Cece from like Havasu High School. I just wanted to like add into that something that my club does when like a meeting's a little too short and like we don't have anything to plan, just to keep the club bonded and like get us a little closer. We usually play like some type of I guess a game to like just learn more about each other, because sometimes there's like certain kids who are just a little more introverted and they just need, you know, that extra push. So we like to like play games just to get to know each other and stuff.
I also, in our Key Club meetings, we sometimes will do like, because it's the beginning of the year, so not everybody knows exactly what Key Club does and like what the different positions mean, like lieutenant governor, governor, the districts and everything like that. So we have been going over that the past couple of meetings. So if that gives you more to talk about, that could help too, because I know some people like kind of just join Key Club thinking like, oh, it's like NHS, but it's free, but it's an like international thing, not just like, yeah.
So, oh, okay, no, if you're gonna go, you can go real quick.
Oh no, I was just saying thank you. Sorry.
So in the chat there are a few, and first I'm gonna address what a service project is. Service projects are like, how do you explain it? Like if you were to do like a highway cleanup or a car wash, it's service. It's pretty, I don't know how else to explain that, Peyton, if you have a better way.
So like one of the service projects me as like my home club does is one of them, there's like the Basin Hospice, which is basically like old people and old people care. We went around during Christmas time and like delivered cookies. So like if like hold on, I'm trying to find the words too. It's kind of hard to describe a service project. So like just like helping your community in all the ways you can. Like one of the ones that we do often is like a park pickup. So we'll go to like a bigger park in our area and we'll just go pick up trash. And it's also a really good way of like bonding with your club members.
And a few more things in the chat which are really cool. Some people said recaps of the past week help fill time, which they do. Basically like going over the agenda and everything like that. I know our president, they always go, so to everyone who went to the highway cleanup last weekend, how was it? And everyone gives their input. Have everyone join a Kahoot or a little icebreaker, keeping everyone engaged. Key Club members' birthdays. This is super cool and I might steal because it says each officer gets assigned a month to bring in treats at the end of the month to celebrate birthdays of the month. Our club has monthly parties, and so at the end of the month we'll have parties celebrate our service of the month. But that is very cool, I must say. So, are there any more questions or anything?
Okay. For our last slide, we're doing another icebreaker type thing, which is called Rosebud and Thorn. So what Rosebud and Thorn is you're going to say like your favorite part of the meeting, like the part that could be improved in the meeting, and then just a part that you like didn't like. So whoever wants to start us, go ahead.
Okay, guys, I'll start. I think one thing I really liked about the meeting was that everyone kind of had a say and everyone said everything, which I think went a lot better than expected. Something that could be improved. I don't know. I thought everything went pretty smooth today.
One thing that I loved about the meeting was I really liked how we kind of like all had similar ideas. However, we were kind of able to branch off of each other and kind of say like, well, this is a great idea, but what can we do to better this idea for our key clubs, as we're all in like different places, which was really nice to kind of communicate with one another and hear the different perspectives of how we can better our key clubs in our area, which was really nice. When it comes to improvement, I don't think there's anything that could be improved. I think that it was short and
For the meeting, I just enjoyed how everyone had an opinion. Everyone had everyone had different just inputs on certain questions and comments and concerns. Not every club's going to be the same, and that's the beauty of it. Just every club is different. Every club has different customs, and that's a good thing. It's diverse. It's good, and everything went smoothly, I think. And then nothing really went wrong. Nothing. It was perfect. Nothing needed to be changed.
I liked Diana's comments and that a lot of people talked from different schools, and I didn't really have a negative.
I liked the inclusiveness. Like, you guys asked us questions and we got to like talk to each other. We weren't just watching like a whole presentation. You guys included us in it, and that was fun.
Um, I like the ideas of like different activities you can do to make key club members closer. And I don't think there was anything wrong. It was very informational, very good.
So there were a few questions in the chat, and I'll just go over it now. The meeting is being recorded, so if anyone missed or could not attend or had to leave, the recording can be sent out later this week. Don't worry about it. But yeah, you all did really well. Like, I wasn't expecting it, but everyone was really engaged, and I really liked that.
Yeah.
So were you, Isabel. You did amazing.
Thank you, Brandon.
Also, let me just say, everyone with their cameras on that I see, y'all look amazing. 10 out of 10, very much slaying.
Oh yeah. So I feel like everyone else's presentations are so much longer. Anything, last notes you would like to add, Peyton?
Not really. I think we covered mostly everything.
Oh, since we still have time, I would love to know, like, for the lieutenant governors, like what had like basically sparked your interest in such a big position like this?
Peyton, do you want to go first, or?
I can go first. So the past lieutenant governor for Petroglyph is actually in my home club, and me and him are really good friends. So he kind of just encouraged it all year because he knew that he wasn't going to do it again. So he kind of just helped me and kind of pushed me along my way to become lieutenant governor.
So for me, I actually only recently learned about the district level when I went to decon. Our past lieutenant governor for San Pedro, she was only there for like half a year, so our division actually didn't have a lieutenant governor for like a good half year. So I decided to take the initiative because I was vice president last year. So, but I think it's a really fun job to have.
So I actually thought of one more last piece of advice. Um, always be prepared to take over, like not like take over, but step into the president's position. Because last year I was the vice president, but my president left the school. So I had to step in and be president last year. So always be prepared. Always have like a good mindset towards everything. Don't be negative if they do like leave or whatever. Just always be positive and be ready for anything.